I'm in a rut. Hi everyone, my name is Michael Worker. This is my grand return to YouTube, hence the nice shirt. I swear I am wearing sweatpants underneath this. I'm a recent graduate of college, USC, fight on, and I found myself in a creative rut. If any of you were one of the 30 viewers on my Superman videos that I made a little while back, then you'll know that I love writing. It's one of my favorite things to do. But recently, I found myself sort of in a writing rut. I hadn't written. It's currently late March when I'm filming this, and I hadn't written anything original since October. I had worked on other things, but really, when it came down to it, I found myself looking at about half a year of my life where I hadn't written anything original. And that bothered me. I had worked on other projects. To backtrack a little bit, I started thinking about when I had written, and since graduating in May of 2021. The times I worked on a video game, a prototype. Then I worked on scripting for the Kickstarter video, which I co-directed. And then that moved on. I worked on a short film script that is currently in limbo. I worked on another short film script, which we have filmed a lot of, that I'm starring and co-directing as well. But that hit some production snags, to say the least. I might talk about that in a future video. And it has not been made yet. So I found myself here in March of 2022, having not written really much original stuff in a while. And looking at all these past projects, I realized that I was writing all these so they would get made. I wrote the prototype because that was in the process of being developed. I wrote the Kickstarter video because we were going to film it. I wrote the short film, even though it didn't end up getting made. I wrote it to get made. I had the idea to film it. And the other short film, I also wrote to get made. And eventually it did, and it's still in the process of getting made. But all these things, I realized I'm not a writer that I just write. I write to make it. I'm an actor as well. I'm a filmmaker. And this is why I'm doing this, honestly. I like making things. I don't like half making them. And what I found when writing things before, it wasn't very satisfying to not do something. Even with the Superman script that I mentioned before, I wrote that with a deadline of having a Zoom reading of it. Not, making it, not filming it. Which I did have the Zoom reading, by the way. I mentioned it in the previous videos. I just never posted it because I got sort of in my head that it was terrible and blah, 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 which is antithetical to the entire point of those videos, which is why I'm doing this now. I'm going to make 30 monologues over the next 30 days. The point of this is the acoustics in here. My God. The point of this is to just create. It's to sit myself down and make something every day. Because I realize that if I want to become a better writer, I need to be writing. And I don't write if it's not being made. So I need to find a way to make it. And this feels like the best step forward, at least for me right now. So that's the official start of the challenge I've given myself, which is every day I'm going to give myself an hour of my day. Not a ton of time, honestly. And in that hour, I'm going to give myself a random set of words, starting probably 3 words. And then from there, I am going to write a monologue. Write an original monologue that then I will perform and act. But it's all in 1 hour. So the point of it is not to be perfect. The The point of it is just to create and to make something. And it's very exciting, honestly. And I think this will help me get out of my creative rut. I believe in the sort of the law of momentum, Newton's law, that, an object in motion tends to stay in motion, an object at rest tends to stay at rest. Right now, I feel at rest. I'm working on other things. I do creative freelancing as my job. So I'm working on stuff, but it's not stuff that always 100% fulfills me. It fulfills my paycheck, and I'm happy for it. I got to buy this cool camera and this cool lens with that money, so that I can make the stuff that I care about, to make stuff like this, and that's very exciting. But I need to find a way to rebalance that with realizing that I need to move forward on my own work as well, and to give that time in my day the time that it really does deserve. And so that's the purpose of all this, is to give me that momentum. It's a challenge, just like the Superman challenge. It's a challenge that will make me do it because I am doing this, because this keeps me accountable. That's kind of the point of this channel, I guess, really in a nutshell, is to document things that I do and things that I learn, because I hope that they can be helpful to others. But at the end of the day, I'm making these, and I will always make these because I want to, and because I feel like I have something to share, I guess. These are just another form of expressing myself and creation. And at the point that they don't become that, I'll take another year-long break, I guess. I don't know. But for right now, this is something that, and I said this before, but I do mean it, that this is something I've been really wanting to do. And now I have all the equipment, all the lights and everything, and I hope I don't look too spooky in this lighting. I'm still kind of figuring out lighting, I guess. But now I have really no excuse not to do it, except for time. But besides that, I think now is the time. Now is the time for me to do this, and I'm pretty excited about it going forward. I love YouTube, and I've always wanted to create for it, and I think, why not now? Anyway, I think that sort of wraps up this, I guess, first video. For anyone else that has been in a creative rut out there, maybe this series will be helpful. I almost said inspiring. I don't know, but maybe it would. That is kind of the goal of it. It's for everyone who, like me at the start of this year, was feeling terrible for not creating. And maybe this will give you the spark of momentum to create a bit more yourself. And if it does that for even one person, then mission accomplished. Well, I know it'll do it for me. So I guess 2 people. If it does it for 2 people, that would make it all worth it. That's kind of, again, the point of this whole channel is to... I always like watching YouTube because it gives me sort of a person to relate to in whatever challenge I guess I'm going through in life at that time. And for any young creatives out there, graduating is terrifying. It's terrifying. And I've been able to sort of find my way, but it took a while, and it's still taking a while. And I'm figuring out adult life as I go, and I want to document that so that hopefully it might help anyone else out there who feels sort of the same way in these little 10-minute chunks that basically you recognize that you're not alone, is I guess the goal of this. And I'll talk more about sort of, I guess, my first year out, since it's coming to an end now, which is crazy to say, later in a later video, probably closer to college graduation time, just for to prep people who are about to graduate. Get ready. But yeah, I guess that kind of draws this whole thing to a close. I hope that this has been fun to watch. I hope that you'll tune in for the monologues, and I'll be filming them all vertically. I made that sort of decision so I can post them on TikTok. I know TikTok, for some of you. But you know, you got to spread the wealth, I guess. I guess here goes the challenge. Thank you for watching, and I will see you tomorrow for day 1 of my monologue challenge. Thank you so much.